Hello, greetings and salutations, everyone. I am just a few minutes behind. So, just to let you know, because I did put a flyer out with Tyrone. Tyrone will be joining us. He is actually waiting backstage. Stacy B will be joining us. She is waiting backstage, but uh, unfortunately, Kojo will not be joining us. He is a little under the weather. So hopefully he will get everything okay with him and he'll be fine in the morning. But we are getting ready to move forward with this live. I'm so excited about episode 10 because it was so crazy. As all the episodes are. You see, I got on Victoria tonight because Sabrina did not want to act right, and Sabrina, the person, did not want to do her hair. So, hi, Ina, crazy homebody girl. Hello, hello. Brenda says she is ready for the tea. She is from Florida, honey. Hi, B. Yep, Miss Jones, it is today. Absolutely. Hi, Nancy. Yes. Hello, hello. Hey, Jay. Hi, Miss Demeter Joe. Definitely, if you guys can, my soulmates, hit the like button on the way in if you hear this. On the way out, if you're going to leave out because you got other business to tend to, please hit the like button on the way out. If you are not subscribed to my channel yet, please, that would be so amazing if you subscribe. He caught, yeah, I think he might have caught something. He says he's not feeling well. Hello, Simone. Hello, Cynthia. Yes. Hey, everyone in the chat. Hey, everyone that's viewing. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Janice. Dedication says, hi. You said, come on, sexy Tyrone. Hi, Raymel. Yes. Hi, Danielle. Hi, soulmates. Good evening. Good evening. I love you guys so much. So, real quick before we get started, thank you, P. Harvey. Honey, I'm glad because you was not going to see hi, Tiffany, because you was not going to see Short Sabrina today because Short Sabrina, yeah, yeah. I just, yeah. But you know what? Let me, just wanted to let Kojo know everything is okay and hope he feels better soon. You said, well, I don't think so, Jessica. You said, will Ace be joining us too? I don't think so. Raymel, thank you. Yes, Bev, hello. Hi, Ravine. Hi, soulmates. Thank you, Nisi. You said I'm swelling. I'm not. I'm telling you the truth. Thank you, Jay. I like Short Sabrina also. Need one like that to switch it up. Yes, yes, yes. I do. And I've been wearing, because a lot of you have been loving my straight hair lately. So I was like, let me wear my straight hair. But honestly, and I love my straight hair too. It is real easy. It is manageable. But let me tell you something. It is nothing like popping a wig on and go. I mean, I could do that with my straight hair too, but it takes a little bit more because, like, if it's like all dry, it'll be like a mini afro, and then I gotta put water in it. I gotta put some hair conditioner in it, and then it just, you know. So, thank you. So let me see what's going on with them because I really don't. Because y'all know me, I'll start the review by myself. You know, I'll do the whole review by myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? So, I know Stacy said that she's on her way. Tyrone is here. He's right there. So I'm about to. Yeah, I think. Yeah, Stacy's unpacking her car, I think. Okay, so I'm going to add Tyrone to the stream.
Hey. What's going on, everybody? How we doing?
So, yes, I'm just talking to them because you know me, I'll be like, so
No.
this is how it started, y'all. You know, I'll go in and I'll start talking about the episode.
I know you got this.
I love it because I love it. I love like doing the reviews and, you know, doing all this stuff. So, Stacy's device is not connected.
What's going on, everybody? How we doing tonight?
Let me try to get Stacy.
How's it going?
Let me send her another. Well, no, this is the right link, but it says her devices aren't connected.
Should be on soon.
Yeah.
Stacy's a seasoned vet.
She is, but you know, this actually happened with Jay last time, where Jay tried to come in. Yep, and her devices weren't connecting. Like she's there, but it's like it's not a picture. Oh, here we go! Yay! All right. Here. We lost her. She was there, and you could see her. You could see her be like, "Yay!" And then she was like, and it disconnected. Oh, Stacy, I hope she gets it. No. All right, we're gonna give it another minute. We're just giving it another minute, guys, for Stacy.
Are you sipping any wine tonight?
I am not sipping any wine tonight. I am not.
I decided.
Just to let you know, I don't know if you heard, but Kojo won't be joining us because he's under the weather.
All right. Yeah. Sorry to hear that.
Yes. So, and you know, Kojo is never sick. So, yeah.
I am trying this new 91 rated red Kuhn with organic grapes. So I'll let you know. I'll let y'all know how it is.
Like they're gonna start asking you like for wine suggestions and everything.
Oh no, that's cool. I actually started not collecting wines, but started my wine shelf and whiskeys too. So I'm back on it.
Yeah. All right, here goes Stacy. All right, okay, here we go. There she go. Hey, Stacy.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all.
No, you good?
It's okay. Are you okay? She's froze. There you go. So you're kind of blurry and you're freezing. Maybe it's where you're sitting, the connection. Can you hear okay? Yes? Okay. Well, we're just going to work. Yeah, we're just going to work through it. And hopefully we don't lose you.
Kim, give me a paper towel.
Oh, I can't hear.
Yeah, you got to clean that camera.
Is it better? Am I still blurry?
Yes, you're a lot better. Yeah, and you're not freezing anymore either. Okay.
Oh, dirt does so much.
Say it again.
I said dirt does so much to people.
Honey,
I feel like my computer, it's like on top of me. Like what? All I see is head.
We some beautiful heads. Let me see if I can switch it up. There we go. Is that better for you guys?
My big head is taking over.
You know what? Because I had it like that for my interviews when I was doing the missing link interviews. That's why. I'm so sorry. I was trying to figure out why we were so dang on.
I was like, my head's so big. I didn't realize it was this big.
Welcome to the headquarters. All right. All right, guys. So we are reviewing tonight Ready to Love Potomac episode 10. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Thank you. Hello to everyone in the chat. I have my amazing castmates here. Stacey B, of course, from a previous season, Stacey B, and then I have Tyrone with me. So before, and a lot of people don't make it all the way to the end, so I usually do this in the beginning and the end. I want you two to let everybody know who you are and where they can find you, and then we will move forward with the review.
Ladies first.
Oh, I was going in head order.
Oh no.
You're on top of me. Wait, that didn't sound right. Yeah, know what I mean. All right, I'm Stacey B. You can find me at Stacey_B, 3 E's. I have 3 kids, so 3 E's. On Instagram, I'm a simple girl. I can't be on all those different platforms. I got to keep it simple for myself. And I'm from season 4. Well, whatever season we're calling my season now, because it used to be season 4, right. But now I'm confused. I was Houston.
Yeah.
What's going on, y'all? Tyrone Wilson. Y'all know me from Ready to Love, the season with Sabrina. You can catch me at Ty Wilson21, Twitter, IG, and on YouTube. So I'm ready. Let's go.
Yes, let's go. We are ready. All right. So we are starting this new episode, which is episode 10, because we all know that episode 9 ended with Sabrina standing there with Tommy, pretty much saying that the women had concluded. Dun, 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 dun. The beginning of episode 10, it starts with the elimination of Tori. Yes. Now, how do you guys feel about... Okay, because it's between Tori and Paul. So that's who she's speaking to. Mm-hmm. Now, do you guys feel like that they eliminated the right person? Because I've been seeing like the comments and I've been seeing on social media that they felt like that Tori should not have been eliminated. It should have been Paul. What do you two think?
It was time. It was time for Tori. You know, he led a good journey. You know, he said all the right things at the end. You know, it was just time for him, you know.
Yeah.
Stacey, what you think?
He had limited connections as far as what I could see, you know, like what we can see on the screen. And so it just seems like ever since that one little kiss, that truth or dare kiss, it was like downhill for Mr. Tori. Yep. And I mean, he tried to connect with Precious, but then she left. And so, I mean, it was really no one left for him, any obvious connections that I could see. So sometimes leaving, you know, and I didn't stay on to the end. Sometimes leaving, you don't recognize like the blessing that it could have been, you know, that it is at the time that you leave. So I'm sure when life, you know, happens, he'll be happy. He will say, yes, it was my time.
Yes, I agree. I agree with you, Stacey, 100%. Ever since that situation where the nibble on the ear and then the kiss with Demetrius and Sabrina, everything for Tori, it was like he went downhill. Even though he was still on the show, I feel like he like tapped out. Like his whole demeanor, even when he met the friend and Sabrina, he kind of was just sitting there. He wasn't really, I just felt like at that point, he just wasn't vested anymore. He was over it. He was just kind of going through the process just to be going through it. You know, I mean, I commend him for staying through the process and really trying to make it work because, you know, with me, I just feel like you never know what's going to happen because like, what did Donovan say? In the 11th hour, you never know. Things can turn. Things can switch, you know, even on my season towards the end, people actually made connections like 4 episodes before the show was about to end, you know, so.
Right. I mean, well, that's what we're seeing, you know, as this episode goes on, we see that happen right before our eyes.
I feel like that last conversation with Sabrina, though, when they was on the beanbags, I felt like he needed that. Like he could have used that maybe 2 weeks ago, but
Yes.
I feel like he needed that as the moment, the official moment for him, to step away.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, maybe he just needed that closure just to actually, hear her say pretty much like, I don't really have any romantic connections with
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So after the elimination, Sabrina and Demetrius have a conversation in the kitchen area. They both pretty much agree that they need to start showing each other more affection. Pretty much both of them need to just start being a little bit more intentional, just to sum it up. She says that she does reach out by phone. She pretty much does everything and he just doesn't reciprocate anything. So she's like, I need you to pretty much show up. And she's like, I need you to show up now. Like, don't wait till after the show. Don't wait, like, show up now. And he pretty much says that he doesn't like giving 100% to someone that, he's not moving forward with, and they're not moving together as one. So obviously, like, he just pretty much told her in this process, you're not going to get 100% from me, period.
Well, I don't think that's what he was saying. I felt like okay, so based on the conversations throughout the show and what I could see, it seemed like she is looking for the chase, which is fair. Some people like that. But it seemed to me like, based on their conversations, was like, hey, you want me to give you 100%. And then when it's time for you to reciprocate, you're like, well, I'm going at my pace. And I'm going at my pace. And I'm taking my time to decide. But you're putting, fire into someone else to make them jump, but you ain't jumping. So I can normally, and I've been kind of vocal about, how some people move. But on this case, I think I'm going to, I can understand where Demetrius is coming from. Like, you want me to invest everything in you, and then you turn around and say, well, I want to take my time and figure it out, but you're not doing enough. That's how I read it.
Yeah, I kind of see both ways. I kind of feel like he didn't want to go out like Tori, right? Just putting all of his eggs in for no reason. It just seems like most of the cast was just waiting for something official before they can go all in. And it made a lot of the things confusing. Like, at this point, you should know something by now. Like, if you're still waiting, for a sign, if you're still waiting for someone to be 85%, 95% all in before you can say that you're all in, it's just kind of confusing, because I feel like at a minimum, they could have just said, hey, I'm all in for you, right? Like, I know that you're exploring your connections, but to be like, I'm not going to go all in because you have other connections, I don't know. Right? It's what they came here for. But I felt like she still kind of chose him, though, right? She chose him from the game. So
Right. And
what
he
is
wasn't
the problem?
nobody. Right. And that's my thing. Like, I'm like, he's still talking about not giving somebody 100%. I'm like, she showed up at least 40%, and you was still trying to figure out the percentage chart.
Yeah, and he's still coming on dates, right? He still had a late connection with Tina, right? Wasn't he on that date? So, like, he's still doing his thing.
Right. So, but he did say that he's not trying to give anybody 100% with that. He's not, moving forward in, which I get, which I understand. And I want to say maybe it was kind of chopped up also, because maybe he was saying, like, you still got a connection with Demetrius, like, you over here and you over there, like, you don't really know what you want to do, so why should I know what I want to do? Like, maybe he's putting it like that, but I just feel like she just told him, like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, you're not doing any of those things, like, I need you to do something,
and I need you to do that here, not out after this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, texting first is not enough. Like, that wouldn't make me give 100% just because you text me.
Yeah.
And like, just because you initiate text conversations, that's not enough. I mean, like, we want to do sometimes like when we're dating, we want to do like half-ass stuff. Like, we just want to go stick our toe in the water and see what's up. And to me, the first text of the day is sticking your toe in the water to check the temperature. So I just think like this should be like, we grown-ups here. Say what you want, mean what you say, go for what you want. And I feel like here they still playing Duck Duck Goose. They still what's the one where you go around a chair until there's one chair left? They playing that game, musical chairs. They playing musical chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree too. They need to figure it out.
I mean, like, because at this point, I mean, Sabrina, you made it way, you know. Am I frozen? Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we could hear you. You're frozen, but we could hear you.
Okay, so you made it further than what I did. But I would think where you were at this point, you pretty much knew who you would give a shot to, and you were weighing your options with what works best with your personal life and this one person. Where's your heart and your connection and this particular person? So I think at this stage of the game, it can't be still like these little games we playing. So that was pretty annoying to me. The fact that we're on episode 10 and this is the conversation. Well, I text you first. Like, that don't mean nothing at this point.
Right.
Yeah, they're literally at the retreat. They pretty much spent the night in the same building.
Right.
So at this point, what are we still undecided about?
Exactly. That's how I feel. Like, I'm so confused by these connections because I swore. And then he says something about, I would kiss you right now. She's like, you could kiss me on the cheek. I'm like, but y'all done already kissed. Like, y'all done already kissed. You done already tasted his earwax. Like, I just don't know, like, why y'all working backwards? Like, is it not real? Like, Joy and Cliff, they about to get married and everything. I'm so confused.
But here's my thing. He asked for permission to kiss her, right? Mm-hmm. But like, when it's about invading other people's space, she's happy to go nibble on his ear. But 15 episodes later,
right,
at a retreat,
when it's time,
sleeping a bed away from each other, pump the brakes. No, you can kiss me on the cheek.
If I was a betting man, I would say that the fellas got together at some point and just kind of laid it all out there with each other. And since he may know that that the connection may be strong with Donovan 50-50, it would make sense for him to be like, hey, we're going to see how this goes. That's probably what he was saying. Let's see how this thing goes with Donovan.
But you know what? If you look at the rest of the episode, she's giving Donovan the same energy that she's giving Demetrius. And that's why Donovan was off her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like they're just waiting. It's like they're waiting to be chosen, I guess.
Well, to me, like, Sabrina, like, I don't know. Like, both of your seasons have had me on a whirlwind tailspin, falling out the air, because y'all are so different. And like, down south, you can kind of see a trend with both Houston seasons, like how we date, how we interact. With you guys, I don't know what the hell is going on. So I'm just like, so here is like, chase me, but I'm gonna be controlling, super controlling. So I'm gonna tell you how to chase me, and when I welcome any of your passes. But then I want you to give me 100% while you chasing me and I'm trying to figure stuff out. Like, this is crazy to me. This is madness. Like, do you want a man or not?
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but since you brought it up, it's like pretty much the epitome of this DC dating, right? Especially with the dudes. A lot of the dudes he is just spoiled. You know, I said that.
Y'all got prize syndrome. Like, everybody think they the prize.
Well,
yep. Facts. Not all of them, but a lot of them do think like that.
Baby.
They do. And they talk like they want to settle down. Honey, it's 55-year-old men talking about, I want to settle down, I want a wife, but messing with 6 different women on the side. It's I don't know what's going on here. I mean, hence why I'm still single. Because I'd rather be single and happy and not have to deal with that crap instead of being with someone and trying to figure crap out, and it's BS. I can't do it. I can't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to feel like they don't even want it.
Yeah, I think they do. But the thing is it's 10th episode now. Like, what they got to really choose, what they got to pick for, what they got to do, making it to the end. They at the end. So, what they got to do, They done made it.
Yeah, like even back to that bus ride when they were on the bus going to the monuments and stuff, and they made it look like Donovan wanted no parts of it. Like he didn't want to engage. He wasn't talking.
Demetrius.
Oh yeah, Demetrius. And it made it look like he was waiting for Sabrina to approach him and spark the conversation with him.
Or was he not trying to, it was an odd number of people. Was he not trying to interrupt someone else? Like, if you see something you want, go get it. We know how this show works. And we know how, moving parts to these pieces work too. So it's like, come on now. If you wanted something, go get it.
Right.
Like, let's be wrong here. This is not like a 18 to 25-year-old dating show where we can play these little cat and mouse games. Like, you got to be a grown up for this. You got to wear your big granny drawers.
Or maybe he knew he didn't have to.
Well, clearly he does, because doing everything ain't enough for some people.
Yeah.
Well, or doing everything of all of your 50% ain't 50% enough. Let me clean that up for you, Brandon.
Yeah.
Because I know that you feel like they're not giving enough. So I get what you're saying, but I'm like, your part, like, they confusing me.
We confused too. We're confused too. So it's okay. It's okay, because I just
don't understand. I just don't understand how we're one episode from choosing flowers, and we don't.
I know.
Right. Like,
we don't know if our right foot go before our left foot, or our left foot go before our right foot. How the hell do you start to walk? We don't know.
Yeah. It's an unfortunate situation, but that's where we are right now. This season, I mean, I know our season was crazy, but this season was crazier because I was like, wait a minute, where did that connection come from? Wait a minute. So they like each other now? Wait a minute. So she just ain't coming back? I mean, wait a minute.
Girl, well, we can say, but your season was like crazy in love. Like, it was just, everybody had feelings. Feelings were everywhere. Feelings were everywhere for everybody, for nobody, but they were there.
Right.
Something was there. Right. Here it's just like, it's like power moves. Baby.
Stacey said it's not giving what it was supposed to give.
You ain't doing enough. No, you ain't doing enough. No, you ain't doing enough. Well, I'm sorry. I need to take my time and see what I really want at the end of the show.
Right. But she told him that he had to figure it out now, not when the show is over. So,
okay. So by 5 p.m. tomorrow.
Right.
I need your 100%. I'll meet you with my 50 though.
Right.
See you then. Same place, same time. See you then.
You only had 10 episodes to show me that you really want to give me some. You know what I'm saying?
Girl, we've been
meet me halfway.
10 weeks.
Yeah.
10 weeks of this stuff. Now we know.
Child.
But child, when you stuck in a bubble with only these people, and you are forced to date only these people in this particular day bubble, you should know by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You should know one good person you're trying to figure it out with.
Right.
Can we make it? Can we not? The next episode we determine. But the next episode we meet family members.
Right.
Girl,
Right.
we still have 50%. How we mean somebody mama?
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't see everybody meeting family though. I paid attention to that.
But they probably didn't show us
They
everybody.
made me hear my husband. Yeah.
They didn't show everybody because I remember seeing Donovan. I remember seeing Cliff. But maybe they just didn't show everyone else.
Okay.
I'm just saying, Tyrone, because I
No,
know
no,
you be watching.
I know.
Like, you be stalking the end of the previews. Like,
Yeah,
you
they
be like,
showed.
play stop.
Yo, they showed the Paul and Dakia talk 5 weeks ago, which was crazy to me.
What do you mean? Say that again.
When Paul was talking to Dakia at the end of the retreat, they showed that as a preview 5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But you couldn't really tell it was Dakia.
Right.
I just know it was Paul and somebody.
Yeah. I remember you said that too.
Yeah. And even Donovan getting into bed with somebody, they showed that like 4 weeks ago.
Yep, they sure did. And I knew it was Donovan. I was like, that might be his butt and his cast. That's Donovan. I know it.
Yo, but Donovan was me this entire episode. I was Donovan. Every face he made, everything. I was just like, baby, when
I love Donovan.
When Tardy for the party came, I was Donovan. I was like,
Yeah.
So
I love Donovan this episode. Donovan was given face. He was given attitude. He was given shade. He was given real. He was given, I'm not here for the games.
I told Donovan he was boring one day. I take that back. I retract that statement. My bad, Don. My bad, Don.
Donnie.
Right, Donnie. Oh my gosh. Okay. So moving forward, Donovan and Carmen are in the hot tub together. Carmen wants to focus on her connection with Donovan now. She's pretty much saying that she can see a future with him. She's like, he's handsome, he's built, it was steamy in there. Carmen asked Donovan, she's like, how you feeling? Like what's going on? Like, how you feeling? And Donovan's pretty much saying that he wants to take things to the next level with Carmen. Carmen brings up Donovan's connection with Sabrina. Carmen's like, look, Sabrina's a good girl, but I'm a better woman. And Donovan says he feels like that this is the turning point for them. What are your thoughts on Donovan and Carmen? Look at Stacy's smile. Just her face.
I'm gonna let Ty go first. I ain't gonna forget.
I mean, it just seemed like the natural progression for them, right? Sabrina tripping, undecided. Tina ain't there. So Carmen's there for Donovan. And he went after it to go get it. So kudos to them.
Well,
y'all was waiting for more. Y'all was waiting for more?
Did you have any more? Did you have more to give?
No. Mm-mm.
Well, where should we start? Sabrina, where should we start?
Let's start with...
Okay, so I'm here with Carmen. And I'm going to be here with Carmen because I'm consistent. And I say this, I've said this since I was on the show, since I watched the show. I just don't feel like taking personal digs at other women is attractive. That's on one hand. The other hand, I admire how Carmen knows what she likes and she goes after what she likes. I admire that because sometimes I think as women, we get caught playing coy and what we want to pass us by because we're too busy, waiting to see if he's checking for me. But she's taking risks since she's joined the cast, and she's speaking on what she likes. Now, I thought it was a cute little zinger. Well, she's a nice girl, but I'm a better woman. Baby, I want a t-shirt with that. However, like later in the show when we see it get kind of catty, I ain't here for that at all because you're a beautiful enough woman. You have enough going for you where you don't have to, do that with other women, play that game with other women.
So what you think about her and Donovan's connection? Like,
Well,
do you think it's like, do you feel like it's genuine, it's real, it's forced, it ain't given? Like, do you feel like that's a match?
Okay, so I don't know what they're looking for in each other, but I can tell like it oozes body yaddy yaddy. Like they are physical. I feel like it is a lot of what you call it when you're just like it's so lustful. It's giving like just like come hug me, daddy. You know what I mean? And then I think sometimes when relationships start like that, you just figure out how you work out together later. But it's definitely, an attraction there. And baby, he was still playing pool in that house because he looked like he dove into that bed like he was about to dive into the pool. Baby.
Honey. I don't even know if I did a screenshot of that. Yeah.
That's with crazy homebody girl. She hit it what I was trying to say, sexual tension.
Right.
Yeah.
But they definitely have sexual chemistry. But they, I'm going to keep it 100. I don't see them together. I see friend vibes. I see a homeboy, a homegirl. They real cool. They kick it. They drink together. They smoke together. They hang out together. They go get men and women together. They cool.
Then they link like friends with benefits.
Right. That's it. I don't see them as, I don't see a Joy in the Cliff. I see just, I see a convenient situation. That's what I see.
But I also think like, I don't think there's anything wrong with it either, because I think like sometimes how we date, because this show dictates, like it shows our, complices and dating, young Black people dating, middle-aged Black people dating, and some of the hardships we face, some of the good things we face, as we're trying to step out and date. So I think one of those topics that we run into when we dating is like, is this love or is this lust? Does this have potential for love, or is this like just like we're here? And I think like, sometimes you get in here and it's just so stressful, and you're trying to figure it out, and then you're just rescued. Someone just sweeps you off your feet. And I agree with you, Sabrina, where this is like a sweeping off of the fetus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because let me tell you something. If I'm in a hot tub with a fine, sexy man, and I'm feeling him like that, and I'm in a bikini sitting on his lap.
Hold on. And that jet water hitting the back. Take me out of
that. Honey, she not going to be, I'm blushing, honey. I'll be doing a whole lot more than just blushing.
Baby, I can't say my kids in the room what I would say.
I'm not going to say either. I'm just going to say that it would have been a little bit more touchy, a little bit more emotional, a little bit more like looking into each other's eyes. And you know what I'm saying? Like two people that I know how I would be if I'm sitting next to a guy that I really like. Baby. This wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? This was two homies hanging out, but it is what it is. Oh, honey, camera's there. So look real quick. Black Targaryen says with the cameras there. So look, if you guys, and I keep referring back to Joy and Clifton, because honestly, they are my faves. I love them. I would be so disappointed if they did not end up together. I really, really like them together. I think I can't wait till they film the wedding and they have kids. Like, okay. So my thing is yes, with the cameras there, because you don't see Joy and Clifton holding back with the cameras there. Like when they, as a matter of fact, let me go to this scene.
But you know what? I know it seems like such a foreign concept sometimes to viewers and things like, oh, it's this obscure thing, like it's so obscure, because the cameras are there. But really, you do get to a point where it's just like second nature. that you really do forget that they're there. Like you actually you get into the conversation you're having or the moment you're having, and you totally are like tunnel vision. And you know, to film the show, you have to get like that, or nothing will be done. Like we just be like, oh, the camera's here.
Yep.
So
you do. After about the 5th or 6th episode, honey, you don't even think about those cameras.
Well, y'all know me, my little bubbly self. After about 5 or 6 minutes, I'm good. I'm like, la-di-da-di-da.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. But just hence what I meant earlier. Like look at Joy in Clifton. Like that's what I mean. Like you can tell the difference.
I know. Look at that stiff body language over there.
Like it's you can tell the difference. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know, it just, I mean,
Sabrina, you better come through with these on point graphics, baby. My baby said, I do all my homework over here, baby.
I work very hard with my.
Look at this. Let me see. Hold on. Let me pick a place and let's see if you have. Let me see if you have it. Tina walking through the door.
What?
I'm sure she got
Tina
something.
walking through the door. What you got over there for that?
Oh no.
I know you got it. I know you got somebody looking like.
Hold on.
Oh, who was it? Who was it sitting there? It was it Carmen and Paul? And they look up and they like, it was some.
Or was it Donovan and Paul?
There you go.
Cam, the cat.
Oof.
There you go, Stacy.
I see. You know what? I can't with you.
Let me tell you, I work very hard because I treat this is my baby. YouTube is my baby. These reviews are my baby. My watch parties are my baby. So
yay.
And I want the viewers and I want everyone in the chat. I want people to look back and really like get in deep with us, you know, while we're discussing it so they can understand exactly which scene, because they might have forgot. So when they look at the picture, they're like, oh yeah, I remember when that XYZ, you know. So
we're gonna change your name to the professor.
It just makes sense. I would want to see these pictures if I'm sitting here listening to you guys talk about it, because it gives me a visual, and I'm very visual. I like to watch and look at things, you know.
Oh, that Clifton part in the background, though. I remember I saw on Instagram.
Hold on, what?
Somebody said her with that gorgeous. Was I hating?
Oof.
I'm sorry. I was in the. I didn't mean for it to come off like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me. Okay. Okay. So after the scene with Donovan and Carmen. Oh, are we done with Donovan and Carmen?
Yeah, we're done.
I guess, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because
we gonna come here and play with these people right here. Okay, we can do that.
So Dakia and Cliff are having a conversation about Cliff pretty much not really showing her any attention while they're on the trip. Cliff does mention that he is spending more time with Joy. Dakia says that she would have appreciated if Cliff would have at least told her, like, hey, like, I am leaning more towards Joy, I am feeling Joy, like, I really want to move forward with Joy, and pretty much instead of flaunting it in her face. Dakia respects the relationship between him and Joy. She thought that their connection was stronger. Dakia leaves and goes outside, and pretty much she gets emotional. She does shed some tears, and Clifton pretty much says that his intention was to never hurt anyone. So how do you guys feel about this scene here with Dakia and Cliff? Do you felt like that Cliff should have told her and given her the heads up, like, hey, before we go on this trip, I'm letting you know I'm feeling Joy more. I'm probably going to be spending more time with Joy. I'm probably going to be up under Joy. Joy is where it's at. What do you guys think about that?
I'm probably the wrong person to ask that question.
No, you're probably the right person to ask the question.
Shit. So, like, integrity is big for me. So, you know, keeping it real with everybody, I think is really, really important. You he came across a lot better this episode than last episode. So everything he was saying here, like everything just kind of made sense. He apologized. The one thing though, he said he didn't really have time. And this is what, day 2? Day 3 for them? I think that was probably the only thing, because he definitely had time to say something, right? Other than that, I felt for her, like having to go through this moment, but then asking for a hug again at the end. We were just talking about being spoiled, but I felt for her, but for shedding a tear, like you have to think about the conversations that have gone on for her to be that invested still, right? To a point where she's still getting emotional over someone that, even she said that she saw the connection between him and Joy a long time ago. So, like, again, watching it all unfold, like this episode was probably the first episode that made me feel like the show is like entertainment, and I was trying so hard not to feel that way. Did I say that out loud?
You said it out loud.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm done.
Stacey?
Well, I agree. I agree with you on only one tiny part. One tiny part where he said he didn't have time to, he just didn't make time to be like, hey, it is what it is. However, like, I just feel like it's something's not connecting somewhere. So if I can assume things, right? I'm just gonna take a stab in the dark. Maybe when Zakiya was, pursuing some of her other connections, maybe her connection with Clifton was kind of just like lukewarm at that point. And then as the world turned and, some people left the show, then she wanted to rekindle this because it just seemed like too little too late. Like, yeah, we're attracted to each other. And then what I didn't particularly like, and, this is just me, like, you can see, like, if you said, well, I can tell you have a connection, and maybe this is just like some women are competitive like this, but she was like, she said something to the effect like, you can't keep hugging me like this or something. And she said it twice, like, to try to provoke like him to maybe hug her again. I can't keep doing this if I can't have this or something. So she was looking for him to change his mind or to say something in that moment like, oh no, but I'm still here, and he didn't. So I really didn't like that exchange with her because it was kind of like, even though you over there, I'm gonna let you know that, it just rubbed me wrong. It rubbed me all the way wrong. So
yeah, I agree. She was acting like an option.
Yeah, like the side chick. Like,
right.
Like, don't hold me too tight. She's coming. We'll do this later.
Right. But even still, even when she was like, I respect your decision. Like, I respect you and Joy, like it's cool. Like once they had established that, she was like, well, I still want you to give me a hug. So she gave him a hug and he gave him a hug. And she was like, oh, why are you doing this to me? I'm like, but you just asked for a hug.
Right. And then she left because she wanted him to come outside because she just took 2 steps outside the door and one little Visine drop came out. Like, we are not like, you know what? The professor, I'm gonna just say it like this. I'm about women being accountable too. Like, we be doing this dumb stuff and we expect men not to peep game, and then we be mad because we keep giving men mixed messages. So first I'm giving you the option message, and then now I want you to chase me because I need you to validate me as an option. What are we really doing here?
Agreed. Yeah.
So then he can go back and tell the other men, oh, y'all got connection because she was just crying over me yesterday.
Honey, I feel you. I feel you. But you're absolutely right. We do have to hold each other accountable. And that scene, it was just really hard for me to watch the scene because as much as like I did feel for her, but like it was like when the scene started, I was like, dang, because I could tell she was emotional. I could tell like she was saddened by it. But then towards the end of the scene, when she was like, I still want a hug, and she's like, well, don't be giving me no hugs if I can't get this all the time.
Yeah.
Then she went outside and then she was crying. I was like, I was confused. By the end of the scene, I was confused. I was like, wait a minute. Was this produced or what? Like, I was confused. I love Takia. I think she's an amazing woman, but that whole scene just made me feel some type of way. Like, it
made me feel a type of way because if you really upset, you're going to go to the bathroom. You're not going to go right outside the glass window where he can see the side, your silhouette, and see you patching.
Oh my gosh.
What are we doing here? Like,
right.
One thing I can say about like Clifton, I met him in DC a few weeks ago. Very intelligent, well put together man. He ain't dumb. He's an engineer or something. Like, this ain't like some dumb guy. You know what I mean? Like, I see it happening. Plus, the lady that I have more than like feelings with is right around the corner. Like, what you think you about to get out of me? Baby, I'm about to take off this shirt and go dive in a pool with her and let her sit on my lap. And you talking about you want another hug? Baby, please. I'm pulsating in other places for somebody else. Baby, bye.
Well.
Okay. Baby, next time, listen, I swear on my next date, if he don't know how to order me dessert, I'm gonna go right outside the glass door and act like I'm crying.
Wow.
If you loved me, you would have gotten me creme brulee.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I can't. Yes. So what? Okay. So we're just gonna stop sharing that picture because.
Yeah.
So, real quick, yes, you're absolutely right. She does pretty much say, I take these pictures. I work very hard on these pictures, so I'm going to show you these pictures. So yes, she does go in for the hug. She's feeling some type of way. She's like, you can't do this. Like, why are you giving me these amazing hugs? Like, don't hug me like that now because I'll never, ever be able to get it ever again.
Hold on, put it back. Go back to the camera. Let me tell y'all what this is. A player move. Let me show y'all why. Y'all want to know why? Look, he stopped her with his cheek before she could get her full smell of perfume on his clothes. Y'all see that? Professor, tell him what's up. He know what's up. No, baby, you ain't about to mess me up.
And that's a towel, right? He got that protective towel.
He gave her.
Well, he's about to go to the jacuzzi.
Take his shirt off. Yeah.
Like, you got to remember, because look, in the next scene, which I'm about to post up, which I've already posted, he's about to go meet Joy. And if you remember correctly, Joy goes, it's about time. Dang, like, you good? Like, because she knew he was in there filming the scene with her. So yeah, he knew. He like, I'm gonna go ahead. I don't got no towel. He like, I'm gonna go ahead and do this scene real quick. This the towel. He like, I'm gonna go ahead and do this scene, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and
be right back,
and have my towel right here. So when we done, I can just go ahead and go to the next scene and go sit with my boo in a jacuzzi. He like, all right, so I don't got to go back to the room. He like,
let me knock this out real quick. Let me get this out the way. She was asking for me. Let me go ahead and do this. She want to sit down with me. Let me go ahead and do
that's
this.
exactly what happened.
Y'all know that's really what happened. Probably.
In real life. Like, we not trying to be funny.
I'm not filming another scene till I get to sit down with Clifton.
Either that or Clifton was like, you know what? Him and Joy probably had a conversation, and she was like, you just need to go ahead and let her know right now, and then I'm gonna meet you in the hot tub. Like, you go
or
ahead.
that, baby, go ahead, dead this so we can move on. Because I don't want nobody staring at us across from the dinner table anymore.
Exactly. Facts. Yeah. And then of course, Clifton, he still, because at the end of the day, like, he just broke her heart. She was outside the glass. She was upset. She got emotional. She was crying. And he like, dang.
Took a moment. Yeah, it took a moment to
take a
process
moment.
it all.
He had to take a moment. That was great TV. Look at that TV right there. Look at that. Him in his towel.
Yeah, it was the much needed adult
saying?
closure conversation that we was all looking for.
Exactly.
And
You
it
know
had
what,
it.
Tyrone? I can see you doing the same thing because
you did it. Tyrone did it.
It was not easy. Having that conversation is not easy.
It's like you're not the kind of person that want to hurt somebody's feelings, even if you're not feeling them. And you got to deliver the truth. And then you have an obligation to make it make sense to the viewers. But then even still, when it actually happens, you're just like, damn.
Yeah, I know all about it.
I hope she don't think I hurt her feelings.
Yeah, I know. I had a whole date. I had a whole date where I had to explain it.
Yeah, he did it. And he did it to me off camera. He ain't even had to do it, and he did it. And the cameras wasn't even rolling.
Well, I recall because Tyrone, I was like, really, Tyrone? Really?
We love you, Tyrone.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a drink.
Drink up, buddy. You tried to aggressive me, Tyrone?
So about this hot tub.
Wait. Okay. Okay. So fun fact. Do y'all know I'm like afraid of feet? Did I tell y'all that?
Wow. No.
Like, I don't like anybody touching, rubbing, nothing my feet. Now I go and get my pedicure on, but it's like that's like a job, like I feel like that's a needed thing to do. But I don't like that. So when Demetrius was like, I was rubbing on her feet, like I cringed. So, like when we were on my season, when I was having the conversation in Pilates with David, and we were like, and I was like, my password. So then he like tried to hug me, but he didn't have on socks after we were like doing Pilates. So I was like totally grossed out. Like I got like a lot of flack for looking like I was being a bee, but really it was because like he was touching his feet and then like he kept coming in to hug me. And I was like trying not to like.
Was he in the jam? Was he in the toe jam too?
Oh my gosh.
I need a password for toe jam. I need a password for toe jam. No, so like I was like, so like these things really have like I was freaking out because I was like, oh my God, he's hugging me and like he doesn't know like I have this foot phobia and he was just touching his feet. So I was like just trying to like focus on breathing because I was like please don't touch me with the second finger on your right hand because
Oh man.
Everybody like social. I had to leave social media for a moment. I had to take a social media break because everybody was like, "Oh, look at her body language. She thought she was better than everybody." And the whole time, I was just scared of feet, y'all.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my gosh!
So anyway, that reminded me. Sabrina getting her feet rubbed by Demetrius reminded me of that moment, and I was just like, "Oh my God!" But I guess he said he done made it all the way to what base would be touching somebody's feet?
Is that even a base?
Because you can barely kiss them on the cheek. So we getting close. We to the feet. 5 more feet to go.
He just at the plate at this moment. Jeez.
Okay, let me get back.
Where we at?
So Cliff, Joy, Sabrina, and Demetrius have a dip in the hot tub. Demetrius is giving Sabrina more affection. Sabrina notices the affection and states that she will still move at her own pace. She is not ready to make a decision yet. Cliff confirms to Joy that he is all good with her. Cliff and Joy have a moment. Cliff says that this is the foundation to create love. And the ultimate prize is love. And pretty much at the end of this scene, Donovan climbs in the bed with Carmen. Yes. So do y'all want to elaborate a little bit more other than the Demetrius rubbing on Sabrina's feet?
Well, we can all establish the fact that Donovan dove into the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he did dive into the bed. He did dive into the bed.
But she was in his bed.
Well, why?
Oh, right.
But we were in the same room.
That's what I didn't understand, because I thought she had a good bed.
Yeah.
Because
So that's his
he was
bed.
complaining
Remember?
about the bunk beds. He was like, my big self, how I'm gonna fit in a bunk bed?
That's his bed.
Right, but I thought that she was in the room with him in the other bunk bed, and they just decided to sleep in the same bunk bed. Or am I wrong?
I thought the ladies shared a room and got good beds.
She shared a room with.
I thought it was Sabrina. Did I get that wrong?
Maybe I must have missed.
I don't know.
All right, maybe I got that wrong. I felt like Sabrina and Carmen was in the same room.
Oh.
I don't know. I must have missed that episode, or I must have missed something about that, because I don't know.
But I ain't mad at it, though. We grown. Dive in.
Yeah. I ain't mad either.
Oh, Lord.
So,
Professor, you gonna hit us with this picture?
So the very next day, about 11:59, when they was all supposed to leave at 12 p.m., Tina pulls up. She says that in her confessional, she hasn't made any connections like the other people have made connections. She needed to talk to Donovan. She also says that, stuff happens. She couldn't come because stuff happens or life happens. And she pretty much just talks in circles when she's actually talking to Donovan. And, of course, everyone's kind of going in on her, or let's back up before she talks to Donovan. Everyone's kind of going in on her. Everyone's like, where you been? And everybody like, well, it's late now. And the look on Donovan's face, he just was disgusted. Paul kind of was just laughing.
Well, you know what was funny? Was it Carmen? First of all, Carmen be coming through now. She comes through with the funny stuff. She was like, well, I was worried. Where you had to come from? Where your car broke down in Alaska?
Yeah.
But did you see Tina's face? Tina had to look like, this bee is throwing shade and I can't even say nothing back. Like you could tell in her face, like she wanted to be like
she caught it.
Oh, she definitely caught it. If you look
at
her face, you saw she caught that joint. But she didn't react, because I was looking like, oh dang, I'm surprised she ain't say nothing unless she said something and they clipped it out. I don't know.
I don't know, but she deserved whatever late cracks they gave her, because
honey, they was all going in, all of them. Joy had something to say. Everybody has something to say. But it is.
I was trying to be funny, and I was thinking if Donovan got rid of all the Carmen evidence from that bed that they had the conversation on, because I know I'd have been a forensic scientist, moving all the hair follicles, all the hairpins. Carmen probably left a bobby pin.
Honey,
somewhere.
That hair will get you in trouble. That hair will get you in trouble. Let me tell you something. I remember, quick story. I remember I was dating a guy. I wasn't even dating a guy. I was engaged to the guy. And it was a long distance relationship. And I finally moved in with him. And I remember coming home that night, that weekend. I finally moved in, or was I just visiting at the time? I'm not sure. Got in the bed, and there was this long strand of black hair in the bed. I was like, what's this? He was like, it's just hair. I was like, it's just hair. I was like, I don't got no hair. Okay. I haven't been here in almost a whole week. I just don't understand why it's a long piece of black hair placed neatly underneath the pillow. Let me tell you, that piece of hair was placed.
I'll be doing that on purpose.
She did it on purpose.
I'll be doing that on purpose. You gotta check the corners of the bathroom too.
Please,
That's
I
where
be
the
like,
hair build up.
where your lint roll at, Sabrina? Because I come with I don't want no traces of me here. No, sir. I'm
Okay.
stress-free. Don't bring no bullshit in my life. I'm going to clean up. Oh,
Honey.
where your Windex at? Let me go wipe off.
Right, my
The
fingerprint
marks and everything. No, thank you.
Exactly.
None.
Oh
Nobody can say Stacey was anywhere because I take my DNA with me.
Right, exactly. I don't play that either. But some of the women,
I gotta wear like one of the little kitchen hair nets. Then I put a shower cap on top of it. Cover up my ears.
I don't even wear perfume over here.
My earrings. I ain't doing nothing. Oh, hey, sorry. I think one of my bobby pins fell out.
Tattoos covered up like you and
away. I don't need it. Throw it away.
I have found all kind of things, and every time I found something, it was always an excuse, and it was always the same guy. Hence, exactly why I did not marry him.
I
know the bed got a warm spot in it.
You are crazy.
Y'all know I'm Creole, right? So Creole women, like Louisiana Creole women, we don't believe in it's a whole lot of juju with people collecting your hair and stuff. So we're real particular about leaving anything like that behind. So no, you won't be playing with my hair, trapping me, baby.
Right. Yeah, facts. I'm Creole too, so I get it.
You won't be stealing my hair.
Honey. Yeah. Okay.
What's up with this look that he's giving her right now?
Okay, so she says,
first of all of his looks are the audacity.
2 snaps.
Baby, first of all, I would have came in a prom dress. If I was gonna be no. I'm lying. I would have tried to glue an old cast, like a broken foot cast. I would have came with like a little neck thing, was like, y'all, I'm so sorry. With my arm in a sling, I would have come feeling bad, looking like I should feel bad. Like if I wasted everybody's worry on me, I think that's what annoyed me the most. Because if you say something like car trouble, you're a single mom, things like that, like people are gonna worry. They're gonna worry. So I think that more than you being late, tardy to the party, all that, disrespecting people's time, filming, because you gotta wait until everybody get there, and then like, oh, she's coming. So I'm sure it was like some kind of gray area with that. But still, as a single mom, people, all the guys, like, regardless of whether we link, like we were a match or not, regardless of some of the ladies, if we got along or not, if they know you got a kid or you're caring for a parent or something like that, and you're like, oh, I'm coming, I'm having trouble, people are going to worry about you. Like, they're going to be concerned whether y'all click or not. People are genuinely going to be like, is she okay? Mm-hmm. So I think that's what really, like, to me, if I were on this cast, that's what would bother me. I would be like, well, damn, I'm sitting here worried about you.
Yeah.
And you just didn't feel like coming.
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
I didn't know if you was on the side of the road. I ain't know it was a car accident. I don't know what's going on. You said car problem. I'm worried. And you got a baby? Y'all good, sis? Like, that's what bothered me.
Right. And it's not like they weren't trying to contact her, because they showed Donovan actually trying to call her.
Yeah. Like, at a minimum, let us know you're alive.
Right.
And we're adults. I think like this is showing like some of the things, like, even though this is like, these are tough conversations to have and tough things to watch, I think like these are some of the things we just got to do better as a people. Like, it's okay to say, hey, I'm checked out. Mentally, this is overwhelming. I'm overwhelmed. Like, people understand and respect that. That's speaking language that people understand. Mm-hmm. Like, people respect you and understand that. But to have no regard for other people, concern for you.
Yeah. Agreed. Mm-hmm. Agreed. So she's sitting talking to Donovan, and she pretty much let him. He's like, "What happened to you?" She's like, "Pretty much life happens." She's talking in circles. She says that she pretty much doesn't have a strong bond there. Donovan says that she is not in good standing with the guys, and she's like, "That's fine."
Girl, first of all, did you feel like Donovan was waiting to say that shit? Like Donovan was like, as soon as she walked to the door, I was like, now who they gonna? I like P.O. was P.O.'d. Like he was like,
clearly,
I don't want to talk to her.
Yeah.
And then Donovan is like, you got the right.
He's like, I got it. I got this.
We're off you. So what's up?
Pretty much. Like, he's like, oh, I can just carry this however, whatever now, because, yeah, like, we good over here. Like, you's irrelevant. Like, that's how he was. So she says, is nothing wrong with that. You know, it doesn't matter because no one spoke to her anyway. And Donovan asks, does she even want to be here? She says that she doesn't know. He said that, why, like, he's like, pretty much, why you even show up? Paul says that he has his decision. He has decided against talking to Tina. He's like, it is nothing that he needs to talk to her about. It's too late. This is a good opportunity for him to pretty much cut his losses with her. And yes, so y'all can go ahead and speak on that, because then we can move forward and discuss the whole Tina and Carmen sit down by the water and Carmen asking her about, yeah. So how y'all feeling about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think I might have said it. What was it, last week, when I was like, you know, it'd be the same way. Like, she's dead to me.
Yeah.
Right now. You know,
that's so like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
why even show up? Like, how do you feel about that, guys? Like, do you feel like I that's how I felt. I feel like, so this is my thing. This is my thoughts on this. I feel like she didn't want to show up, and when she showed up, and the reason in how she showed up, it was because in her head she was making it out for herself. She was sabotaging herself to pretty much get off of the show, because she said it like 2 or 3 times. I don't have a strong connection like everyone else. I don't have a connection with anyone like y'all have a connection with someone else. I don't have a connection. No one has a connection with me. I don't have a connection. So the thing is she's thinking in her head, probably did the numbers. Clifton is with Joy. Demetrius really likes Sabrina more than me. Donovan really is feeling Carmen. And then he got, you see what I'm saying? So she was probably, I'm not feeling Tori. So she probably was doing the numbers, and she probably realized, like, dang, if I stay on the show, I'm gonna be setting myself up for failure.
Well,
maybe she didn't like them. Like, if she liked any of them, she would have been there, right?
But again, speak up for yourself, because if you're not checking for anybody, let everybody know. But I want to pose a question to y'all. Do y'all think like it would have been the same if she would have started from day one? Do y'all think by episode 3 she would have been checked out? Or is it only because of where she came in? Well, I don't know.
I thought about that.
When she came in, we're still seeing that there's only one locked in connection coming into episode 10.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And the kids still wasn't sure that Clifton and Joy were locked in. But I think it was obvious for us watching it that it was like only one couple locked in. So you still had room to finesse and to move.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful woman. So I just question whether, like, if this wasn't like a blind date season, and she started at the beginning line, at the starting, would episode 3
I don't think so. I just think that this process isn't for her, because when she was sitting there with Phil and Donovan and Sabrina, she just was looking like she just wasn't feeling it. I just feel like this process, the competition part of it, all that, the other women, some of the cattiness, I just feel like she wasn't about that. She wasn't about none of it. This process, I don't think she realized what this process was, what it entailed, what it was about. She's probably never done a reality TV show. None of us have either. You know, you don't really know what you're up against until you're actually in it. And once she got in it, knee deep, she was like, whoa, wait a minute. This ain't what I signed up for. So that's how I kind of feel. But
even at the... Oh, go ahead, Tyrone. I'm not going to forget.
I still feel like there's a way to exit gracefully.
And I agree.
Though. You know, like, because even though she said Demetrius didn't even talk to her, she still made him a connection. And I thought about, you know, being a curveball. Is that too late? But 2 curveballs, quote unquote, made it to the end with Carmen and Donovan. So it's not about the timing. Like, if you make a connection, you make a connection. I just feel like for her, you know, the numbers didn't really match right for her because it was from what I saw, between Paul and Demetrius and Donovan. And I feel like if she wanted to, she probably could have got Donovan.
I feel the same way.
Or she could have gotten Paul. I'm going to err on the side of the professor up there. Like, I think it was more of a process thing, because if we do go back to the date with Phil, she was late and she was like, I don't want to eat.
Right.
But y'all know how we were feeling. I'm about to get this free food. Let me get this food. Let me get these drinks. Y'all got me up out.
Right. Because Donovan was like, you gonna eat? She was like, no, I already ate. I would have been like, I already ate, but I'm about to eat again. Like, what?
Get some little bougie Chinese food too.
Right. These are chopsticks I could take home. What? Like, no, yeah. Which woman what was the last time you heard a woman say, no, I don't want nothing to eat, I already ate?
Right, because what's the number one complaint right now in dating? Why do I have to buy you food? Why do I have to take you to get a good meal? Exactly. And here you are getting a good meal and you don't want to eat. Yeah. So I agree that maybe it is the process. Maybe it's just the entire process of the show, like everything that goes into being a part of this cast.
Maybe so. You know, we'll never know what anyone's reasons are.
Was she the one whose friend showed up and her ex showed up and was like, yeah, she broke my phone?
Yes. And to be honest with you, Stacey, ever since that episode, she ain't been the same. Ever since that episode, I'm gonna keep it 100. She has not been the same. Just like Tori wasn't the same after Sabrina and Demetrius did the whole nibble on the ear thing. He wasn't the same. Yeah. I don't know. So in this scene we have did y'all want to say anything else about? So in the scene, we do have Carmen and we have Tina sitting outside. Carmen goes and talks to her and wants to see if she's okay. Tina says Demetrius reminds her. So she's pretty much talking about the guy. She's like, I really don't have a strong connection here. And Tina says, you know, Demetrius reminds her of her ex. She's like, you know, when her and Paul, when they first met at the pool party, she was like, you know, she thought it, you know, she liked him, but she was like, it's not as concrete as she thought. And Carmen was like, did you tell Paul? And she was like, Paul knows. And
that means no.
She says, Tina says that she still doesn't have a connection with anyone. And it's no strong connection, not enough for her, and it's not worth staying for it. So I can't talk tonight. I've been sipping this water. So pretty much no one is worth her staying. She says dating multiple people, running her business, being a single mom, it's just pretty much overwhelming. And it also made her realize that maybe she is not ready to love.
Well, I'm just going to say this. Professor, you and I are single moms. I have 3 kids. When I filmed, this was still during COVID. So my kids were being homeschooled during that time. And I own a business. I have employees. I'm doing the very best I can. So as single mothers, you know, if you're going to be dating, you're dating for you. And your kids can't be your every excuse. Just find your voice, and you like what you like. You don't like what you don't like, and just stand on that. Like, don't, you know, like she was coming up with an excuse from everybody, but we know, like, when with her date with Demetrius, she was like, well, do you like, well, I thought you felt this way. Well, I'm not like that, and I can show you this. Like, it was more of like it 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 got Demetrius's attention again to be interested in her again, because he was kind of off of her. Like, he went into that date like he was kind of off of her. You know what I mean? Like, that was the feeling I got from that date. So it's like, you got him interested in you again. And so now you're like, no, it's a no. Like, I just feel like I can understand it. The process is overwhelming. It ain't for me. This ain't my type of scene. But just say that, because you're diminishing your word. Like, it makes you look like you're not being honest about things when you're, you know, formulating all these excuses. So I think she deserved better than how it came off.
Exactly. Because and Carmen also said it. She's like, she's sitting here saying all these things about everybody else. It's like she's not saying what it really is. She's like, Demetrius is that, and then Donovan is this, and Paul, I thought it was that. But, you know, it's like, what about you? Like say those things.
Mm-hmm.
So it just kind of made me like, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way when she was like putting it out there. And you're absolutely right, Stacey. When I was filming, it was a lot. It was very, very overwhelming, but this was something that I signed up for. And I said to myself, because no one knows what to expect. And I went into this with no expectations. And I have, you know, 4 businesses, you know, and I am a single mom. Like, I don't have anyone else. And
you were caring for your parents. You had
caring.
A lot on your plate.
I was up and down the highway every weekend, checking on my parents, literally driving down that night after filming or whatever, and driving back the very next night to film the very following day. And that's like 6 hours in travel in less than 24 hours. You know what I mean? So like, I had to do what I had to do. So, but like I also said too, when I did my watch party, everybody's journey is different.
Mm-hmm.
I can't, you know, how I handle things and how I go through things is going to be different. How Stacey's is going to go through it. It's going to be different how Tina is going to go through it. And that's just the reality of it. And that was something that I had to think to myself when she made the comment, because my first thought was, wait a minute, I got jobs.
I was already like, stop.
Right. Right.
Hold on.
Yeah. But I did have to think about it from her point of view, because how I handle it, like I feel like I've been placed in situations where it has been overwhelming. It was more overwhelming situations more than the show. And I'm like, if I can do that stuff, I can do the show stuff, because the show stuff was nothing. Maybe she's never been in situations where she was placed in this type of position to, you know.
Well, we know 6 months before we film in the show.
Yeah.
We know we're going to be on the show, and they tell us a million times what to expect with our schedule and everything, because they give us enough time to let whomever know we're going to be real sketchy with our time right about this time of these couple weeks, this month. So the other thing though is, okay, so we know that when you walked in, you kind of caught some shade Carmen was throwing to you. So now so you're going to go and have a sit down and show your cards to somebody that you know is sizing you up. And then it wasn't even like your stand-on cards. Like, it wasn't like a joker, deuce. It was just like a jack, a 10, and an 8.
Wow. Wow.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, we there already. Okay. I'm a
different
transitioning.
Because that would have been me. I would have been like, wasn't you throwing me shade in the kitchen? Like, why are you out here talking to me? Like, you obviously don't mess with me like that. Like, we can make this whole scene. You supposed to come out here to talk to me about why I was late. Well, let's talk about why you was carrying me in the kitchen. Like, I'm trying to figure it out. Like, why was you
Girl,
so like?
I would have been like,
honey,
I
you
love
don't need to come
him.
out here and talk to me about nothing.
He's so handsome. He's so handsome. I love him. And then I would have went to my little confessional like, they get on my nerves. I can't do it.
Or
like,
she
I
could have
never
been like,
would have shown my hand.
Yeah, never.
Yeah. She could have been like, I smelled that perfume before.
Never.
In
Never.
that bed.
But
I noticed last time I hugged Donovan, I noticed that you and I must wear the same perfume. Like, I would have said some dumb shit.
But you don't know, though. You don't know if it was produced like that. You don't know if they told her to say.
Right.
Like, we just don't know. So I always try to think of that and keep that into consideration. But I don't know. I just know that, honey,
they make it messy for a reason.
We know how the other.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
We know about the invisible man. Like, we know about the invisible moving parts.
Mm-hmm.
We know that. But still, that being said, Stacey never would have had those things to say. I would have said some other things.
Honey, production used to be mad at me so many times. They used to be like, you gonna do this, you gonna say this, I'd be like, I'm not gonna do that. They'd be like, you gonna do it. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. They'd be like, no, Sabrina, I'd be like, I'm not gonna do that. They used to get so frustrated. I'm not gonna do that. They used to be like, get up, go over there and talk and interrupt them. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I wouldn't do that in my regular life, in real life. I'm not gonna do it on the show. I'm not gonna, no, stop. But it is what it is. Okay, so does anyone have anything else to say about Tina?
I think she's a beautiful woman.
Yeah, it seemed like it really hit her hard because she was, on social media explaining a lot, right? I think for me,
season is.
Yeah, I think for me, if I was to point out anything, I just feel like towards the end when it came off as if she didn't even care, it just kind of does a disservice to some of the people who would have wanted to be there, and give it a shot, because I know at least maybe 3 or 4 of the women would have loved to have been at that retreat, trying to talk to Paul or Demetrius or Donovan, so that's all.
I agree because my thing is if she really did not want to be there, if she realized that the process wasn't for her, it's like you're taking someone's spot, or you took someone's spot that really could have wanted to be there and really wanted to go through the process. And it's like, I'll show up when I show up. I'll answer the phone when I answer the phone. And I don't know. It just kind of rubbed me the wrong way how it happened. I mean, I know she has her own reasons why, and I respect her for her reasons, but still at the end of the day, it is a process. Just like Stacey said, they let us know in the beginning. You kind of know what you sign up for, and you can go back and look at the other seasons and get cliff notes and kind of see and look at the other interviews if you really wanted to know what was going to happen, what you were standing up against, but it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, everyone's journey is different. Well, anyway, so at this point, everybody is leaving the house. They're all walking out. Of course, I had to take a picture of Cliff and Joy because I really love them together. This is love right here. This is love. And I think that is so amazing. And of course, after the house, because Dakia and Paul, episode 9, they sat by water. They had a conversation. What were you about to say, Stacey?
Nope. Yeah.
What were you going to say, Tyrone?
Y'all know I was always Team Paul, right?
Yes, we know.
I was always Team Paul. But now I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I was waiting for him to be genuine, and I was like, all right, this week he's gonna be genuine. This week is gonna be genuine.
Definitely wasn't genuine.
This week is gonna be genuine. And then now it's kind of like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
If all fails, compliment someone on how beautiful they are and how great of a woman they are, or how great of a man he is and how handsome he is. If all fails,
like, what are we doing, Paul?
Paul was blowing a whole lot of smoke. He was blowing a whole lot of smoke this scene.
Like, out of
But in all fairness, she was too, because I'm like, where did this come from? Like
out of all the women that are there, who can you say, oh, Paul really, really likes her?
But of all the men there, is she saying that she really, really likes Paul? Like, let's be fair to both people.
No, I'm just talking about like Paul in general. Like, who does Paul like? Like, we're at the retreat right now.
Honey, nobody likes, I'm telling you, all this, at this point, this crap is forced. Okay, excuse me, I don't mean to call it crap. Sorry, guys. This stuff is forced. This is forced. This, what we see in front of us, this is forced. This is, everybody else is gone. We left. What we gonna do? Like, that's what it's given.
Hey, look, it's me and you.
Let's have a conversation. Let's have a good first date adult conversation, even though we've known each other for what, 7, 8 weeks now?
Right.
Yeah, a month now.
Right.
But you're beautiful and you're handsome and you're a great woman. And if anybody says that you're not, they don't deserve you.
Right.
So I have the exact quotes. Paul and Dakia meet for a date. Dakia is nervous about the date and she is trying to figure out if there is a guy there for her. Paul remembers that she likes red wine. Dakia said that they had some good moments by the water. Paul also said that she is a gem and she is very beautiful. She has had her heart broken many times, but she still believes in love. Paul says that she is the total package. She is a stand-up, powerful Black queen. Any man should know that. Paul, and this is what I said, Paul is laying it on thick. And he just he snuck up on Dakia and he blowing smoke. Paul is trying to step it up and show that he is the guy for her. So those are my notes on that.
Well, I'm also not gonna be like, okay, like y'all. I think here's the disclaimer. I think all the women are beautiful. I don't like anybody speaking negatively on anybody. Yes. But I'm gonna stand on one of the things that we as women have to do is be accountable for ourselves. We have problems dating and we have problems finding Mr. Right and not all of us, but when we are not honest and genuine. So if I'm gonna give somebody, I've had my heart broken, then of course he's gonna try to rebuild her esteem and give her some positivity and gas.
Isn't that called gaslighting? Right.
Yeah. He's like, who is the man that I need to be right now?
But not just that. I think I've met Paul, Tyrone. I haven't met you in person, but we've been on things enough to know where I kind of have a good grasp of who you are as a person. And I just couldn't see you sitting there and not showing some empathy. Whether you had a genuine connection or not, I would see you being empathetic like that. Well, you're a gem. Well, any man who doesn't see that, after I just told you I had my heart broken a million times. And then, well, we all get that. Yeah, that's right. We all do. And that's part of us building ourselves, our character, deciding, learning what we want and what we deserve in life. You can't go through life without having some type of disappointment because we all have expectations and not everything goes per our expectations. However, if I'm going to sit here on a day and I have my heart broken many, many times. Oh, many times. Did I say 100? I meant 101 times. Like, if a man don't say, you are wonderful, you are a savvy businesswoman, you are beautiful, you have everything, and any man who doesn't see that doesn't deserve you, then that ain't a good man anyway. Like, what did you expect to become of this conversation?
I agree.
Yeah.
And I agree with your disclaimer as well. Yes, I agree. Honey, Stacy in here dropping some gems, child.
Yeah,
we just don't be like we're not really ourselves sometimes. And I just feel like Dakia is doing a disservice to herself because she's painting herself as the second fiddle. And I think she deserves better than that for herself. And I think she deserves to project better than that to, a worthy partner.
Exactly. Like, that's why I said it just seems forced, because after the Clifton thing, it was like, he pretty much was like, yeah, I'm good with you. And she like, but, and now she's like, let me go have lunch with Paul. And Paul is feeding her all this. And she's just sitting there like, okay, like I get it.
Right. Like, you're right.
Right.
And I have such a connection with you. Like, oh, we're not being real with ourselves here.
Right.
But we can say what we want. There's a lot of critics about how they think the show should go, whatever. But this is what we really experience in dating. This is what we do. This is what happens, and this is why we fail sometimes. Like, because we do this, and this is something we shouldn't do.
Yep. Agreed. More people need to start choosing themselves. Anyway, Tyrone, I saw your face and you was laughing and you was like, like you had something to say.
I was trying not to say it, but Stacey had got it started. And I was like, if we were to see her out with her friends, I think like my guy friends would have definitely pegged Dakia as the weak one. The three-legged. I don't want to say the three-legged antelope because I don't know her like that, but we would have definitely pegged her as the weak one in the group.
Why?
It's just things that can't be explained. It's just the demeanor, the way that she carries herself, like especially in this moment. And then that scene with Clifton on the couch. Yeah, I think we would have been able to see that. But again, I don't know her. I've only met her once ago.
Right. Yeah. Disclaimer, putting it out there. We are speaking on the show and what we see on the show. It has nothing. We don't know these people personally. This is what we see, and this is what we're saying about what we see on TV. People. What were you about to say, Stacey?
Well, yeah, I agree. Like, I've never met her. She's probably a phenomenal woman. We would probably get along well. I just hate when we as women, we say things and we don't realize that it diminishes us as a woman, like our strength, like the power that we bring to any table we're sitting at, when we have to go with the sympathy, oh, I've been hurt, but you've overcome that. So let's focus on those things instead of going, come to the table. And if anybody can't sit at that table next to you, then they don't deserve to be there. But don't come to the table expecting somebody to put gas on there for you, you know. And like, I remember I've been there. Like when I realized I needed to get a divorce, I was empty. I had poured myself into this other cup or this other pitcher that wouldn't pour some water into me when I needed it. So I became empty. I had nothing more to give. And when I'm watching this scene, it's looking like you have nothing more to give. So you're just asking someone to pour into you. Right. And I think that's unfortunate because she probably deserves to be recognized as something better than what's being conveyed. Like what I'm getting from here. I think she probably, that doesn't do her any justice. She probably deserves better than that.
Yeah. I had mentioned the dudes here in this area in DC being spoiled. And when you see her being the hopeless romantic, the dudes around here is going to prey on that, easy. And even if you got to lie, I'm not saying like lie, but if you got to lie to at least give the perception that, you aren't the weak one, ain't going to be falling for dudes bullshit, at least come off like that, What me and my friend take advantage of her?
Oh Lord, Ty, get out of the chat.
Well,
So
she needs her
That
like
was
a
the
little
question.
short guy, like a guy that's shorter than her. That's just gonna sing her praises.
They would do it respectfully.
Carry her
That's what I would
purse
say.
around and like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, it just seems like she has to, like, the guy that is for her really needs to give her some time and effort and emotion.
I just don't understand, like, if, like, it's kind of like how Laverne was saying, how he was talking about Ace. Like, my thing is everything that Paul is saying about Dakia, about how amazing she is. Why are you just now telling her and it's the 10th episode? That's my thing. Like, you've been around her, like Tyrone said, for 8 weeks. 7 to 8 weeks.
Because that's something people say platonically. Like, that is a church greeting. Like,
yeah, we've been saying that from the beginning. Dakia is solid. She's solid.
Sister.
She's beautiful.
Dakia, we are so happy to have you grace in our congregation today.
That's exactly how he was talking too.
She got it going on. Any man would be happy to have you, just not me.
Right. But just not me. That's exactly right.
Right. That's something you tell your little sister. You know what I mean?
Since we the only 2 left, we might as well.
Right.
Yeah. Let me sprinkle some
You're like, cuz you are beautiful. Stop tripping, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she did say that, I can say this, that when she did talk about having her heart broken, she says that she still does believe in love. That is one of the things.
Good for her.
She's
a hopeless. She seems like a hopeless romantic, and I just don't see any of the guys at this point. Her options.
Her guy's not there.
I don't see that where that's who's available to her.
Yeah, I agree. Like, she's an amazing woman. Paul is Paul, and I just feel like it's someone for everyone. And that's another thing too. Like, just because that the show picked these 10 people, these 10 men, these 10 women, those 10 men, it's 4 billion people in the world, 7.9 billion. The 10 people just might not be the people. It's my people.
Okay. Right.
Don't try to make it work just because they the ones that they picked for the show. Like, okay, they gave me 10, so I got to pick one of the 10. I got to pick it because that's only my choices. Yeah. So I got to pick the best one. No.
But again, that's saying that shows like what we do in our actual lives. We get exhausted from dating. We get, tired of, putting ourselves out there. So we see who will give us something, and then we like, for now, like I'm guilty of it. I've dealt with like a place keeper because I didn't want to be bothered before, and the reason why I can speak like this is because I'm looking at the scene. And I'm like, oh, I've been here before. Like,
yes,
a placekeeper. Like, I've dealt with a placekeeper before. But I didn't. Okay, I'm exhausted from dating, but I don't want to be by myself exactly. I want to be semi-bothered right now, and he's showing up for it.
Yeah, the technical term, y'all, if y'all listening, is called the cheerleader effect.
Oh, that's what it's called?
It is a real thing. The cheerleader effect. Basically, people are more attractive in a group than by themselves, and then you end up being attracted to the most attractive person in the group.
Oh wow, I've never done that before, but okay.
No, it's a real thing.
Yeah, because I don't really gravitate towards groups. Groups actually turn me off. So yeah. Wow. Okay. Alrighty then. So moving on. We have Clifton and Joy, and I love them. I do, but I just feel like during this date, it's absolutely nothing to really talk about. They just kind of share, like, but because I took the picture, I'm going to show the picture, guys.
Yeah. I feel like we've seen this hug before, right? Like the getting picked up 2 or 3 times with them, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely. But now it's like
good for them. Like it's
absolutely. And this
we needed that. We need to see this. We needed this.
Yep.
But I do think they what maybe Tyrone, since you know all the proper jargon for things. What do you call in between like and love? What's the name for that in between?
Right. Lust? Huh?
No.
Like and love?
No.
In between. I more than like you.
Right. But I can't say I love you just yet.
Oh. What did I say? You all right?
No.
I can't think of the word right now.
Think about it and get back with us, because that's what they are right now. And they pretty much meet up for this dinner, and Clifton says that he now has tunnel vision. Joy agrees that she also has tunnel vision. They talk about the weekends.
Infatuation. Somebody beat me to it. Infatuation.
I don't think it's infatuation, because
infatuation doesn't.
It's more of like a. Is it more of like a
obsession to me when I think of infatuated? Yeah, like obsessed. I'm obsessed with them. I'm infatuated.
Oh, well, they all think it's infatuation. So, but I'm with you. I think it's like an obsession. Like I'm infatuated with him, but he ain't feeling me. Like
right. I don't know. I have to. It's more of like a I'm
in like. We're in like.
I don't know. Now this is gonna drive me nuts. I'm gonna get off of here as soon as I hit end. I'm gonna be Googling it. Like, what is that? What is
smitten? Smitten is a good word.
Smitten is a good word.
Yeah. Or like I'm in adoration. Like I adore you.
Yeah, I adore. Yes. Like I like that word, adore. Like I adore.
Do.
That means like I'm.
Yeah, that's what you say when you don't want to say I love you. You just be like, yo, I adore you.
Yes. Casey, I adore you.
I adore you, Professor.
Adore you more.
Now we're about to start this phone game.
I know. We're going to have to log back in after 12.
if you're turned on by a girl that sounds like a chipmunk late at night, I'll let you, girl.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Clifton tells Joy that he talked to Dakia. They speak about both needing to be consistent, see where it takes them, and they like each other more than and so we already discussed that. But that's pretty much it. My notes. Oh, and they talked about who farted in the bed. Other than that, it was really
because it looked like Joy didn't want to take it there. Cliff was trying to take it there. Clifton was trying to take it there. And Joy didn't want to take it there on camera.
But I recently, in our group chat, like with my besties, they like sent us like this meme. I'll have to send it to you. And it was like every girl, like when we're on a date and you're trying not to like pass gas and you're like holding it in until you get home or whatever, and you feel like you're gonna explode. That was kind of.
Did y'all see on, I think it was Instagram or Twitter or TikTok or something, there was a girl, she was with her boyfriend and she was holding her fart in and she had to get rushed to the emergency room. Did y'all see that story like a week ago?
I saw it.
Yeah, she got rushed. You can't hold your farts in. I'll fart and be like, excuse me, it might stink a little bit. I do it all the time. As a matter of fact, sometimes I'll walk by my daughter, I'll hold it just so when I walk by her, I can fart like right when I stop, like right beside her. Like it's what it is. It's natural. Let's just make it cute and funny. Stacy's like,
I'm just praying. I'm gonna pray y'all don't ever have to come get me from the hospital because I was holding it in. No, really. Wait, did I tell you about one of my dating stories?
No.
Y'all really want to hear it, or y'all want to move on?
No, we can hear it.
Okay, so I have like really bad IBS, like not the kind where it's like free flowing. It's like the kind where like I get super bloated and it'll be like a week or two that I can't use the bathroom. So remember, like I don't know, like 2 years ago when flat tummy tea was like the hottest thing out. So I had taken like 4 days worth of flat tummy tea. So I go on a date with the guy, like, and then we go to Netflix and chilling, right? And then all of a sudden, it hits me after like 4 days.
So yeah, 4 days worth of buildup.
And I'm like
it hurts.
He didn't live far from me, but it was like I wouldn't have made it home. So I was like, oh my God, I have to use the bathroom. Cause like at this point you can hear my stomach.
Yep.
He's like,
Yep.
it was like it was dinosaur stomach. So I go use the bathroom and okay, here's the visual. On White Chicks, after Marlon Wayans had Quiche.
When he goes in the bathroom.
That is how I was, Lord Jesus. Y'all, when I tell you I was dying, and listen, he's so sweet. He was like, are you okay? And then I'm like, shut up, I'm dying. I can't have you talking to me right now. Like I was about dead. So he's a single father, right? So he goes and he's like, here, let me give you some wipes. So you know the little crack under the door, and I got fan on, I'm trying to flush and every damn thing. And he tries to send baby wipes, but I guess he was trying to be like proper. So it was like a new pack. So the shit wouldn't fit under the crack because it was a full pack. And I'm like, I'm getting annoyed because he's like trying to shove the wipes under the door. And I'm just like trying not to die on his toilet. Like, you know, it was like my son was hurt. Like I was nauseous. I was everything.
Yeah, it messes you up.
So I'm like, leave the shit, just leave it out and run. I was like, get away. I'll open the door and get it. Y'all, when I tell you this was like, I was like, so I get done, I done flush. I was like, do you have matches? Like, I'm like, oh my, I done cleaned the whole toilet. Y'all, I done everything. So I'm like, I can't even, like, I don't even feel comfortable. Like, this is the kind you take your whole clothes off in the bathroom. Like, I was dying. So I was like, can I take a shower, please? I didn't use this man whole shower, everything. I just could not, like, y'all, it was so horrible. But it was like, and then this fool was like, well, you know, I'm a chemist. Like, this is normal. You know, my degree's in biology and chemistry, so this is natural. But I'm like, so, like, y'all know, I'm like a Southern Belle. Like, I'm just like clutching my pearls, dying. Like, just stop. Let's not even talk about it. So I literally then used this whole man shower, bathroom, everything, then clean the whole, y'all. When I tell y'all, I was so embarrassed, but he was trying his best, like, not to make me feel embarrassed. Oh my God. Can you believe, like, y'all, we still laugh about that to this day. Like, I think that cemented our friendship because we still laugh about that to this day.
Yeah. That stuff will kill you, man. Like, that's gas. Like, that's poisonous gas being trapped inside your body. You gotta let it go. I let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I let it go. I'd be like, excuse me. It'll be gone in like 15 minutes, and then we don't even gotta think about it and talk about it no more. You know what I'm saying? Tyrone, have you ever farted in front of a woman before? Oh. I think men are a little bit different than women.
It ain't gonna stink.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, like, if you're used to getting like massages and stuff, like, you really can't help it after you get a massage.
Oh God. I you know what? Okay, I can't because I got plenty of stories. I can't, but we got to stop this. We got to stop this. Okay.
Yes, I got another date with him. Auntie Eva wants to know. Yeah, we went on another date after that.
It's so funny. Okay, after all that, they meet up with Tommy, all of them, and they pretty much share their stories. And oh my God, do you guys want to? Because it's a lot. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot to the point where I'm just gonna keep this picture here until we actually get to Paul's picture. So I'm not even going to show the other pictures. I'm definitely going to show this picture because this is Tommy's face. Okay. So this is Tommy's face on what is going on. I'm just going to read. I got a lot of notes because this is great. Okay. So they meet up with Tommy. He asked, did they ever hear from Tina? Donovan said she showed up at 11:59 like nothing happened. Donovan asked, Tommy asked, what was her response? And pretty much she stated that, he stated that he wants to sit down and have a conversation with her. So Donovan does give the response to Tommy and tells Tommy like the conversation and pretty much what she said. Tommy also says that it's not fair to everyone else. He also said that he wanted them to pretty much look deeper, like with the connections that they had, because of course they're getting ready to meet the family. And Cliff and Joy talk about their weekend and their connection. Paul talks about Tina, Dakia, and Carmen. Paul says Carmen is not intentional. They talk about him pretty much all the time. Paul feels like that she's been sizing him up. And Carmen does seem to get offended and says that, get offended and says that he is questioning her integrity and she pretty much ain't having it. And she wanted him to communicate with her about the dates. He's like, why you got to be worried about what I'm doing over here? You need to be worried about what we doing over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to be asking me all that stuff. So that's where we are with that. So I'm going to stop sharing that. What do you guys feel about what Paul said about Carmen? Because he kind of was going, with talking about both of them. I mean, first, do y'all want to talk about Cliff and Joy? I'm jumping all over the place. Would y'all like to discuss Cliff and Joy's connection?
I think we pretty much set on Clifton and Joy, right?
Okay.
Like we happy for them.
I don't want to.
If they listening, send me a invite to the wedding. You know what I mean? We can have a ball, Okay.
Stacey, do you have anything to say about Clifton and Joy? Because I don't want to dismiss them. You know what I mean?
I got you.
I feel some type of way. I'm sorry.
No, I think they're a beautiful couple. I'm here for it. Like, we need that little boost of love. Everything they can give us, every episode, that little love boost they can give us, I need to see that because the rest is stressing me out.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I felt like Carmen probably could have said what she had to say to Paul without, bringing Dakia into it, like any of that. And I'm a stand on that. I don't like when. I just feel like it's never attractive to talk about another woman or your competition with the man. And I don't think it's proper for a man to do it either. Like, if he was questioning her about like what you and Donovan got going on, he's gonna come off looking like real insecure. Like, worry about where your connection is with me. Like, we all know we're in this process together. Someone else is to be expected. Like, your interaction with someone else is to be expected. Maybe not at this point, because we should be locking in by now, which we're seeing a little bit of. But I probably wouldn't have I probably would have had a little more couth in addressing Paul, where it didn't seem like it was being catty or attacking Dakia.
Because that's what it sounds. Go ahead, Tyrone.
I'm saying because that's exactly, my thoughts. And
mine too.
I don't know how. I mean, I got a mom, I got a sister, I got some cousins, and ain't no way. I mean, it'd have been at least a couple bitches said by now at this point. You know what I mean? Like, like, what is your problem? Do we need to throw hands? Like, what?
Right. But of course she said that.
I'm back.
Of course she said that those were all Paul's words. So.
Well, and then like in the same token, I guess I just going through the process, I saw Dakia in a very graceful way. And so I just felt like it probably wasn't some of the commentary she provided as well was a little tacky, in regards to Carmen. And you can argue and say, well, when you being attacked, when somebody's saying something, you know, what do you expect? So I think she said it as gracefully as she could, I think, maybe. But I just don't like when women, like, sometimes the competition isn't, you know, like, you don't have to diminish other people to show how great and beautiful and awesome you are.
Right.
And that's just how I feel about it.
Yeah. Agreed. So.
And the whole real versus fake, like,
Yes.
all of that, I just think that that's something, like, in our Black community, that's just one of those stigmas that I really hate when we bring it up, because on one, like, you can't be mad at a woman for accentuating some of her best features or presenting herself how she feels attractive, whether she's using added, you know, help to help us accentuate those things or not. Like, you know, if you're a team natural, that's beautiful. If you feel like you want to put on lipstick and a ponytail today, then that's what you can do. Like, it's nothing wrong with, you know, getting touch-ups to your body. It's like, for us, I hate that our culture pits the sides against each other like that, to where we're ultimately bringing each other down, and then we're taking away our options in the future. Because when I get older, I ain't telling y'all what, I'm not gonna say what I'm not gonna do right now, because ain't no telling what I will do.
Do you believe that Paul said the things that Carmen said that he said about Dakia, about he needs to be with a certain type of woman, especially to be aroused, and yeah, like she said a lot of stuff.
I just think that I think he's attracted to younger women in general.
Yeah.
So I just don't think, I mean, if he said it, I mean, I don't really care if he said it or not, because I don't know the context in which he was saying anything. But I mean, if he said it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was awfully Pacific, right? I'm just being silly. But anyway, 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, I'd have been like, Paul ain't say that shit. Right? That didn't even sound like Paul.
I know you would have.
But now
you don't know.
I wouldn't even be surprised.
Really might have said it.
You know, I wouldn't even be surprised.
Yeah. It looked like that happened with a few of them, where one person said one thing and then someone else, because I think a situation happened like that with, a little bit later, Donovan and Sabrina. But, you know, Paul calls BS on it. And he says that he did not say that. He didn't say it like that. And Dakia pretty much says that she doesn't believe nothing that comes out of Carmen's mouth, that she's bitter and she's had it out for her ever since Eric left. And she pretty much was like, aren't you happy with Donovan? Like, if you happy with him, then just go over there and be with him. Like, why are you all over here? So.
But she didn't say that to her. She said it in a confessional, right? She just said that. And I was like, that is the moment you could have said that to her, but I understand.
Yeah, because the only thing she said was natural versus purchase, and she said that under her breath. So
yeah.
But
well, I mean, you know what? If these people, you know, if that's how they feel, that's how they feel. You know, if she feels like, you know, Carmen has a vendetta against her because of the way the Eric situation was handled, and if Carmen is Eric's friend, then you can understand her feeling a way. You know, you can understand that there would be tension. I just don't like how they project that disdain.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation, because like it's just getting petty, it's getting catty, it's getting
the professor with these screenshots. Do
you love it?
I mean, did he say he didn't say it, or did he say he didn't say it like that?
He said so he pretty much didn't say, he said he called BS, but he explained how he said it. He says, dang, what did he say? Hold on, let me see if it's in my notes.
Oh, that's exactly. Wait a minute. He might have said it. Look at this. Look how he looking. He was like, oh, hell. But girl, you know I ain't said it like that.
No, yeah, Paul says he didn't say any of those things.
Oh.
He said he didn't say any of those things. He said what I said was, that he does like a certain type of woman, but he wasn't talking about Dakia, saying that she couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like get him aroused or whatever. But he did admit to, so yeah, but he does say that he didn't say any of those things. So he, denies it.
But there's nothing wrong. Again, there's nothing wrong for men or women having preferences and knowing what they like. And if you feel like you can connect with somebody that's outside of those preferences, then that means that you're expanding and that you're growing as a person. So I can't be mad at him. I probably wouldn't have, that just probably wasn't the time, like the way to say what you had to say.
Yeah.
I think Carmen did herself a little bit of a disservice by, saying things the way that she said it in that moment. And I think that if she would have just had a second to take a beat, I think I can understand her feeling like, a little thrown off and maybe like attacked-ish. So I think that she was just being defensive. And so like sometimes in moments of defense, we don't say things how we should all the time. I think that was one of those moments.
Yeah. Agreed.
I wonder how much was cut off.
Yeah.
I know.
For them to show us that.
Right.
Baby, I would have loved to be a fly on the wall. Somebody need to send us those outtakes.
Yeah. But when Paul was talking and he was like, Dakia is this, like he started off saying good stuff. Remember? He was like, Dakia is this, Carmen is that. Like you saw Carmen, like she was soaking it all up. She was like, Soon as he was like, but like her whole demeanor changed. And soon as he said what he had to say about Carmen, she like started going in. And that's actually what happened with Sabrina and Donovan and Demetrius. And that's why Sabrina was like, dag, like, because I'm explaining like my red flags and how I feel, it doesn't give them the right to kind of, oh my gosh.
Sabrina like looks tired at this point, right? Like she looks tired, like she's just kind of done with this process.
She always kind of looked like this.
I
don't look at it as being tired. I just feel like that's just how she looks.
Well, and if we keep it real, talking about mixed messages here, like what I didn't like is how she put it out there like, oh, well, Donovan might not be ready because I don't feel like he had enough time. Is he really trying to date? And I think that's distasteful because, we all begin things and end things on our terms and on our particular time. Like, and I said the same thing about the woman, I forgot her name, whose husband had passed and she just started dating.
AP.
I'm divorced. Sabrina's divorced. I think she said she was divorced. Who has a right to say when it's the right time for us? Because we know things die a lot of times before we actually bury it and leave it. You know what I mean? So I didn't like women. We don't like people to tell us when it's our time, when we've done our healing and when we've done, when we moved on. So what that says to me is that what y'all said, infatuation. It was infatuation because clearly the conversations weren't deep enough for her to have a full understanding of Donovan. In all these times, and I don't really know Donovan like that, in this entire process, he never struck me as the type that was like the player, I'm not ready. He never took me like that. Like even though he entered in the middle of the process somewhere as a curveball, he's been one of the ones that I can say has been very seemingly transparent. He's having tough conversations, whether you like it or not, whether it puts him at risk or not. He says what he's feeling, and I just didn't like you using that to judge someone when someone can easily say the same thing about you.
Exactly. Because she's been divorced at a
I wasn't gonna go there.
From my understanding, correct. Like it was like 5 months or something before filming. Is that what y'all heard? I mean, that's only what I heard.
Donovan's been divorced for about a year. His last relationship he was in was about 4 months ago at that time of filming. So he wasn't in like a serious relationship. And then too, he never says he could have been dating the lady for 3 months. And he was broken up with her for 4 months before the show. Like he never says. So how can you say like he's not ready? He's been divorced for a year. He was probably separated from his wife for a year. So he's really been single for 2.5 years. So, and you just, I think, got divorced 5 months ago.
Yeah.
Right. She recently has been divorced. He hasn't.
Right. And that's like saying when we leave the show, when we exit the show, we're still dating.
Exactly.
So I can say, oh, my last relationship was with Donovan and now I'm ready, and that was last week, but I'm still open to dating. Like that doesn't mean that I'm not ready. That means it just didn't work out with this one person and I know what I'm looking for.
I'm gonna trust my eye. Right? And I know I probably said it from the very first episode. I was like, she cute and everything, but I sense some emotional instability there. Right? Didn't I say that, Sabrina?
Well,
you sure
about
did.
Sabrina 2.0?
You sure
I
did.
said,
I was like,
there.
really?
I can't quite put my finger on it, but something there is screaming, be patient. Like, just stand back, let somebody else kind of like feel the brunt of all of that first.
Yeah.
Right, because it's very negative. It's not. It's like it's no positive reinforcement that we've seen in the interactions yet. Like it's like sometimes when, and I went through this phase myself. It's like I knew at one point that I knew exactly what I didn't want, and so in what I've seen, she's conveying everything that she doesn't want. I need you to step up. Like, I don't like the way you do this. I don't do. But it might be helpful if we understood, like some of the guys had an idea of what you did want. What am I doing right? Like, where is some of the positive reinforcement so that, and if the roles were reversed as a woman, I would want a guy to be upfront with me and not just tell me everything I'm doing wrong and what I'm not doing to his expectations.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's discouraging.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if I remember her saying anything about the things that she needs to change about herself.
No, it's no accountability.
Yeah, it's all about what she wanted.
I'm the prize. I know what I don't like. You're not doing this right. I'm giving you 50%, but I need your 100%. Like that really rubbed me wrong. And then I don't like when people tell you and they haven't taken the time to know you what you looking for. Like don't accuse me or don't speak for me. Don't say what I'm ready for or what you think I am or am not when you don't know, like when clearly we haven't had these deeper conversations.
Yeah. So how did y'all feel about what Donovan said that Sabrina said to him? Remember, he was like, when the cameras went off, she snapped at him. She like bit his head off. Hold on, let me go to my notes.
I believe it because I want to say Laverne said the same thing about his elimination, and that wasn't aired. I think we saw his response to that, and he didn't use profanity or anything. I think he crafted it well because Donovan is coming back and saying that that was the same wrath he felt.
Do you think that she said to Donovan, "You'll go home just like the last one did," talking about?
I
think she said something very close to it, right? She said that shit.
just like we're looking like, did Paul say it? I'm looking the same way. I'm clear about it.
Yeah. Man, I can't wait for the reunion.
Honey.
Is everybody showing up?
I would hope so.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So does anyone have anything else to say about that whole?
Yeah, she said that shit.
You know what? When Donovan was like, she said this, she goes, "I didn't say that." I'm like, she lying.
No, but it wasn't. I wish you can play the video. It wasn't just like how she said it. It was just like how she looked up to the right and rolled or something.
Yes.
We've seen that look before. We've seen that look before. Oh, the professor got a screenshot.
The professor got a screenshot of Tommy
in
his nerves. Tommy like, I don't know what this is.
So now, look, I was trying.
I done put miles on the ghost to come and meet you.
Right. I know Tommy ain't flying nowhere for nothing. You know what I mean? Like, Tommy ain't got time to be sitting around for an hour for nothing.
The default of who he is and the default of who I am will become an issue over time, and that scares me.
It's going to clash at some point.
It scares me.
I know she has a connection with Donovan, but
did they not spend the whole weekend together? Where we at, Sabrina? Oh.
The professor is working, baby.
I'm trying to get to see.
Which one? Which part?
The one Sabrina? Where she was looking crazy.
Process at this moment, it's having me doubt that love is here.
Oh, all right, let's let this breathe for a minute.
Tommy's done.
Right, he like, that's a lot.
He's done. He's like, I got a 10% success rate here.
Right.
In those type of situations, still certain things you should think about when another person is in a presence. I understand.
You know, Donovan most surprises me.
Oh my God, stop. Hold on, I'm not trying to get in
But what he's saying is right, though.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, Donovan was on his shit this entire episode. Like, am.
Yeah,
I was. Everything he thought, everything his face thought,
pushing up,
I was thinking.
You know, leaning towards and laughing, giggling, and things like that.
I'm trying to get to the part in the look of where he said,
I wonder who's going to go home next. I was like, could be you. That's all I said. I have lots to think about.
Here it goes.
Whatever all we saying.
I felt the devil showed his face. You said that?
No, I did not say that.
See?
What did you say?
Did y'all see that? Or did I?
Exactly.
She was like, no, I like Sabrina. I do. But at that very moment, I was like, she lied.
Said that shit.
She's not telling the truth.
You know, when somebody lying on you, you be like, you really gonna sit here and lie like that right now?
You said that?
No, I did not say that.
Yeah.
Like it just.
Like
I was really, like, she said it. She said
what we talking about. Bet.
And it's fine.
Right now?
And it's fine. And it's fine that she said it. Like you said, Stacey, if you said, so my thing is holding yourself accountable. Like my thing is if I said it, yeah, I said it. And what? Like, that's how I'm going to go. Like, it is what it is. I said it. Yeah. You was going home. Yeah. You going home too. What's up? Okay. Moving forward.
This episode, wait, Danny talking about this episode should have been entitled, you said that shit. This episode should have been entitled Ghost. Ghost mode.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Look, Tommy sitting down. Like, what? First of all, let's talk about how that Starbucks cup look empty. Because he holding it like ain't nothing in it no more. So he been waiting. He been waiting.
He been waiting.
Look at that cup. Wow. That's an empty cup.
It's empty. And it's so unfortunate. And he sure did. He waited for Tina for over an hour, he said. And she was a no call, no show. So, yeah. How y'all feel about that? Her being a no call, no show?
You want me to say it again?
Say it again. Say it again.
I'll say it again. This was one of the first episodes where I was like, this is truly like entertainment.
Yeah.
Because ain't no way. You know?
I agree.
Ain't no way Tommy the last person to find out about something again. You know?
Exactly.
But you know, Tommy ain't going to show up for nothing either.
Yeah.
Facts.
Where he live? In Texas, right?
Right. He in Houston.
Yeah, he ain't flying out.
No.
So Tommy done flew out.
Yes.
The whip, he always had a whip with him too.
I know, he got a transport over. And I'm telling you, he done put miles on the Ghost, on the Phantom, baby.
Honey.
And you stood him up.
He in his feelings. I know he is in his feelings. Right, we all sighed. So I'm over that whole. Okay. So to conclude, what do y'all think? How next episode or the next episode gonna be?
I'm hoping that the first 15 minutes is them meeting the parents, and then we just go straight to the reunion.
No, because we
got to do the bridge. We got to do the bridge, right?
Yeah, it's still 2 more episodes. So it's this episode and then the bridge episode. And then the reunion. And you know the reunion probably going to be like a week and 2 weeks later. Or a week later, they're going to skip a week or something crazy.
This is how I think it's going to go. Somebody mama is going to notice that one of the ladies is full of BS. And it's going to show in the mama face. Because I know my mom would.
Yeah.
So I'm anxious to see
which
how
mama,
that's going to turn. Yeah, how that's going to turn out. Yes.
Which mama?
Yes.
I'm excited to see it too. Because it's a lot of fugazis. It's a lot of fugazis. Not saying like these people are fake, because like I said, disclaimer, I don't know these people. Just from what I see on the screen, it's just not giving real. It's not giving. It's giving. I feel like this season is so overproduced. So overproduced.
Yeah, they was getting it in. They was getting it in the cutting room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts. But other than that, I have nothing else to say about it. So would y'all like to give your last remarks?
I mean, we could save the best for last, Stacey and Sabrina. I'm actually waiting for these next couple of episodes to be over. I feel like it's gonna transpire just like they wanted to with maybe 2.5 couples.
Who is the 1.5? I know the one. Who is the other 1.5?
So I'm gonna assume Donovan and Carmen make it. The other one, Demetrius and Sabrina. I don't know. I ain't feeling so strong about that. But we'll see. That's just my guess.
Stacey, what about your final couples, who do you think is going to make it to the end?
I think everybody that you see now, because I think we're seeing that people are willing to connect with people to get over the finish line.
Even Paul and Dakia?
Oh, I'm gonna let Stacey finish.
Did you see that? Did you see that dinner table? Were you at the dinner
I'm
with us?
hoping.
Were we all there? Like, this is like, I think this episode is how we'll finish.
Okay.
I just, you know, like Sabrina, like where you had the strength to really like and the strength and the moxie to stand on yours and made some really tough decisions.
Because it was hard. Yeah.
I just don't see that happening. I see complacency and contentment. And I don't see like, let's make some hard decisions and do what's best for me. At this point, I think like the curveballs made it seem like a competition to get to the finish line, to where I think that is what we're seeing from the other coupled up people. I'm not going to call them couples, come coupled up. Like, you know, I see it as a school bus. And so everybody right now, the wheels on the bus and everybody who's sitting in the seat with each other, that's who's going to be there at the end of the field trip. Like when we get to the field trip, that's who's going to get out the seats.
Tyrone, you're blurry.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay. So I think absolutely that Clifton, and you know what? Like I said, I'm gonna be so
wine.
Right. Too much wine for the camera. It done went in the hard drive. It's a wrap.
His camera is giving jealous.
Facts. Did you?
It's trying to blur you out.
Yeah. Did you try putting your hand? Try to come closer. Try to come closer to the. Let it try to zoom in. I mean,
focus. There it is.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah. So
the professor knows.
I actually took ISDS in school, Information System and Decision Sciences, when I was in college. I would be so disappointed if Clifton and Joy did, like, if it's like not real. You know what I'm saying? But I absolutely believe that they will make it to the end. I believe anyone else that makes it to the end is not real. It was to make it to the end. I think those other relationships are going to be Donovan and Carmen. And honestly, that's it. And I hate to say it because they're the only one, which means that I just said that it ain't real. So, I mean, that's just my thoughts. It is what it is, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this season wasn't ready to love. I just feel like this show at this point could have just been called something completely different. This was not ready to love. I feel like I was watching something completely different. Do you get it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, ready to make it to the couch.
Well,
yeah.
it's just
it's crazy.
I mean, like, I feel like it's not at this point, it's not even doing a disservice to the show. It's doing a disservice to yourself, because you will fake it just to make what the show is designed to do. And I think that we all have to have a moment of reality in reality TV where we're being real with ourselves and where we are claiming what we deserve and standing in it. And I mean, I'm just so not used to this, because like I said, like even with you, Sabrina, you were like, hey, this is me, this is who I am, and this is what I deserve, and this is what I don't deserve, and this is what it is. And so I don't see where those conversations have been had. I don't see where anybody has the moxie to do that. I mean, you know, of the shady, not like shady, but just like the sketchy relationships, I just see contentment. I see a bus partner, a seat filler.
Very unfortunate situation, but it is what it is. Guess what? It is reality TV and it is great entertainment. I thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I would like for you to go around the room and go around this way. Tyrone, please let everyone know where they can find you, and then Stacey, can you please let everyone know where they can find you as well?
Sure thing. Ty Wilson 21, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. I'll be around, so look me up.
And I'm Stacey B, just like it says right here. You can find me on Instagram at Stacey_B.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you joining me. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Please, on the way out, don't forget to hit a thumbs up if you love this episode. If you want Stacey to come back and join me, I saw you guys. Y'all were like, Stacey needs to always be here. Definitely give Stacey a shout out down below in the comments. Let us know what you thought about this episode, who you think is going to be the remaining couples. Let us know. We're going to go back and look at them. Anyway, thank you so much. I love you so much, guys. And until next time.